Welcome back to another video. My name is Aaron and I help people expand their consciousness. Now, on this video, I will be sharing with you the secret to detachment in order to attract what you want in your life. So with this process of the paradox of detaching from your desires, it's about really understanding that the power exists within you to feel the emotions of having whatever you desire to have. Now, I recently did a video that was called A Process More Powerful Than the Law of Attraction, and it still uses the principles, but it redirects it into a process that can allow us to feel the emotions that we prefer right now, as if we already have whatever we want to bring outside of ourselves and bring into here. And that's kind of the inside out analogy of it, but really we have the ability to feel whatever emotion we want right now in this moment. And when we start to train ourselves to do this, that's when we will really start to then see the reflection in our life. Now, the reason I mention all that is because when it comes to detachment, it's important to understand why it is so important to let go of the outcome and to allow it to happen in the path of least resistance. And this is about knowing this concept. Now, first off, there are two main reasons that detachment is so powerful. Because when you detach from something having to happen or a certain way that you want it to happen, when you detach from that perspective and you let it go, what you then begin to do is you stop limiting yourself from the different ways that it could be brought into your life. So for example, if it comes to bringing more abundance in your life or even a certain person, like a relationship, what happens is if there's a certain blueprint for the way that you want it to happen, that blueprint, if anything else comes into your experience, any other opportunity, and you don't recognize it, what you will automatically do is discount it and you won't take action on that opportunity. So the power of this is knowing that as we simply allow it to happen in the best way possible and we have no attachment to how it happens, we are then trusting the process and we are allowing those dominoes to fall into place. We're allowing the things to happen in the best way possible. Now, the second reason detachment is so powerful is because when we attach from the outcome, we then let go of the resistance that tends to build up inside of our body. Because if we walk around attached to it and things aren't happening the exact way that we want, we then start to feel the resistance of it. And that resistance will literally block the opportunities from coming into our life. Because as I always say, we don't necessarily attract that which we want, but we always get a reflection of who we are being. If we are being somebody and feeling the emotions of that lack of not having what we want, we will continue to see a reflection in our life of that not coming to us or the opposite of it. So those are the main two reasons that it's so powerful to detach from the outcome. And now I want to give you 3 ways that we can apply in our life to allow us to take this into a much more powerful way. And the first one has to do with the very beginning of your day. And this is something that I do. I do a meditation for 20 minutes right when I wake up. The first, I'd say about 10 minutes of that meditation is me just breathing and observing my breath, allowing myself to become very present. I like to bring the awareness out of thinking and into my body. That allows me not to think so much. Then what I do is after about 10 minutes of it, what I do is I shift my focus over to what I want to experience. And you could call this segment intending, but what I do is I focus on the intentions of what I want to do that day or what I want to experience. So as I focus on that, I'll focus on the emotions that I would feel. I focus on what are called submodalities. A submodality is the different sensory input that we would use for it. So some people are very visual, some people hear, they're very auditory, some people feel very visceral. pick a combination of those or just a couple of those and allow yourself to really embody the emotions of it, and do that for 10 or 15 minutes. Now, at the end of those 10 or 15 minutes of doing it, simply decide you are going to let it go. You have done what you need to do for the day, and then simply trust that things will begin to align themselves. You will start to see those opportunities, and as you simply put that trust on your own life experience, you will then begin to see the reflection of it. So from that point going forward, you can detach from the outcome, and you can just focus on being present to the moment, and you can focus on taking action or whatever you're doing for the day. So it's more about just taking 10 or 15 minutes and really focusing on it, and then letting it go and allowing it to happen in the best way possible. Almost give the expectation for, you could call it the universe, to take care of it for you, whatever terminology you want to use. Now, the second one I have for you is understanding how to make it throughout your day a priority to feel gratitude for what you want to experience. Now, the power of this is knowing that you start to condition those emotions inside of yourself of feeling like you already have what you want to experience. And now this could mean that 3 times throughout your day, what I used to do is put an alarm in my phone of like 3 times a day it would go off, and for a minute or two at least I would feel the emotions of having what I want to experience and what kind that would bring through me. Now, a powerful way to do this is to first off focus on things that you already have that you're grateful for, and as you begin to use and think of the things you already have that you're very certain of, that you can feel that emotion to, you can then switch it to what you want to experience that maybe you haven't already. And as you begin to cross-apply what you know you are grateful for what you want to create, you then begin to merge them together. So just 2 or 3 times a day, you can set an alarm in your phone. You can allow yourself to embody those emotions, and as you condition those feelings inside of you, you will then start to see opportunities open up. You will start to say yes more often to things that happen, and from that point you'll notice that then you start to get the reflection that you want in your life. But remember, it's not attached to the outcome of what happens. You are simply generating the state from within. If we put the focus on things outside of us needing to reflect back to us something before we feel it, it's going backwards. We need to first feel the emotions inside of us, feel the gratitude, and know that as you do that, you are more likely to perceive of opportunities and to things that will get you closer to whatever that experience is. The third one has to do with understanding taking action. So with detachment, we can detach from the outcome, but when it comes to taking action to get us closer to our goals or to follow through, become present with that action. Now what this means is, as you're taking action and maybe you're creating a system for you to make money, or you are going, even if you have like a commission job or whatever it is, as you go and you are taking action doing that, don't do it the whole time with the focus of what that person can provide you that you're helping, or the focus of what you want at the end of the day. Focus on knowing and trusting that that will work itself out, but focus on being present to the moment. Focus on connecting to the people that you're around. Focus on connecting to yourself. As you begin to really immerse yourself in the process and you really start to enjoy the process, you more so allow everything to happen, and you're not beating the drum of things happening in a certain way. I like to really put the emphasis on taking action, because I think sometimes, especially with the law of attraction material, it's something that's very underestimated, and maybe we don't want to hear that taking action is the powerful way to go about things, because we want to make it more about the emotion and more about just the thinking aspect of it. But realize that it is really a complete kit. You must think that way, have the emotions, and take the action. And when you become present to the process and you start to enjoy the process, that's when the results start to come. That's when things start to happen. And part of that will be because you start to enjoy the action regardless of what the result is, because you know you can learn from the action. You know that action action is making you a better person, and is also the action is a part of the process of who you are being. So remember, this is as simple as feeling that gratitude, doing it a couple times a day, deciding that when you wake up in the morning, you're going to focus on the submodalities of what those will bring you. Then from that point of view, knowing that that action and being present to the process will allow you to experience what you want. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Feel free to like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you guys on the next video. Peace, much love, namaste. All right, bye.